Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Tuesday, June 22nd, 5:48 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. There goes the Doge Much Wow race car, and it does definitely reflect price action. So, check it out, bitcoindailyview.com. Got more for you there. Eunice Yoon, who I don't really know, she did mention that China logistics firm and there confirms to CNBC it's airlifting 3,000, actually 6,600 pounds of Bitcoin mining machines to Maryland, USA. Interesting. Maryland, the East Coast. Cool. Well, a lot of the year it is cool there, so the cooling bills will not be quite so much. Anyhow, there it is. It's being shipped. So, there's been a lot of China FUD recently, as we do know, obviously. And, well, cool. I mean, there you go. Okay, China, we can't mine there. Well, we'll mine somewhere else. Once again, I've always thought when it comes to the China FUD, along with any other country's FUD, who cares? Well, except for the US's FUD, but because I'm there. Anyway, check this out from Bitfarms. With today's listing of Bitfarms on NASDAQ, Bitcoin makes new headlines in Times Square. And somewhere along the lines, Michael Saylor did retweet this and said, "This is the only news that matters recently. Everything else is just FUD and nonsense." And well, this is a big deal. So, Bitcoin, amongst crappy price action, the whales are buying. And I kind of have a prediction that as the smoke clears and everyone's been watching this crappy sideways price action, that when it begins to move up again and people get excited and it starts to be bought en masse, we're going to find there's no liquidity. Just a little theory that I have. What happens when Bitcoin starts pumping and we find out that large institutions have bought it all and the exchanges don't have liquidity? Oh, yes, price action will moon like crazy, but there'll be a lot of people who'll be struggling to get zero point 0.1 Bitcoin. Untraceable Bitcoin is a myth. This is a crap article from Wall Street Journal's opinion area, and it's crap like everything else that you'll find on this, disgusting globalist propaganda spew point. But still, that it has any favorable notion at all of Bitcoin, I do think shows a trend in the change of mainstream media sentiment towards Bitcoin. All right. I'm just mentioning this because when it comes to the dollar, DXY, dollar strength index, this is worth taking a note of. California to pay off all past due rent accrued during COVID, giving renters a clean slate. What is that rent over the last 18 months? Not exactly clear, but Gavin Newsom is all about it. And he's talking about 5.2 billion at least rolling into this. How will that affect the dollar strength index? I guess landlords will be happy they get their money. Renters will be happy they get their money. I'm just kind of not happy because I could have gotten a nice place on the central coast of California, rented it, been living it up for the last year plus, and now just had my rent paid off. Anyway, volume last 24 hours on Binance, 28 whatever trillion billion. Anyhow, up only 0.21% last 24 hours. So in general, volume has been kind of sideways, but it is gently. Well, as you can see over the last 7 days, it's been increasing. Recently took a little bit of a hit, so volume is not quite moon territory on Binance. Range last 24 hours is 29,461 to 33,321. So will the range now be the mid 20Ks to the low 30Ks? I'm just mentioning that because I'm watching so many people like, I'm buying this dip, I'm mortgaging, I'm getting a second mortgage, I'm using the equity in my house, I'm backing up the truck and buying it all. Guys, we could be at 15K tomorrow. Be careful. All right. Looking at beautiful, beautiful crypto bubbles this morning. It is a completely red day in the market, except for R, whatever that is. I guess it's probably the pirate coin. R. What has this thing been doing? Well, it's been dumping recently like everything else, but this morning it's making a bit of a rally. Anyway, if you're a white knuckle day trader, check it out. Maybe you can trade against R to gain some Bitcoin or up your USDT stash. Not financial advice, entertainment purposes only, as always. Looking at the the crypto market this morning, the only things in the green are the stable coins because they're getting so much in volume. All right, hash rate recently still continues to go down, probably because those China miners are moving and/or basically price action has miners turning off the ASICs for a short bit. All right. Um, Volume last 24 hours, well, let's just say 8 billion, and 4.6 billion of that on Binance. Coinbase showing up for work with 1.3 billion. All right, looking at Binance for all that sweet volume is 65% long, 34% short for Bitcoin. For Ethereum, 58% long, 41% shorts. So, does show sentiments definitely long on Binance for Bitcoin. I would call this indecisive for ETH. All right, once again, here we go. This is a big deal, my friends. All right, this is something that over blockchain education, this was noticed by new questions. It's kind of obvious. I should have noticed it before. It's part of the trading methodology that is used there. You can find an affiliate link for them in the description. Actually, over at Bitcoin Daily View, you'll find an affiliate link for that amazing trading group. But check this out. So this is the daily chart, and we are under the 200 moving average, as we can see right here. We're under the 21 EMA, as you can see right here. And now, where we were thinking a 314 bounce yesterday, well, no, that's not happening. We so far today on the daily, we have gone through the 314 moving average. That was an important support. The next fib line, as I have drawn it, you will find comes in at 27,051. So that's the next logical support area, looking at this big time frame. Alert, red alert, check it out. A negative MACD cross on the daily, and a widening histogram in the negative direction. So I do understand. I am watching, like I say, I am not a pessimist whatsoever. uh, I'm not even a realist. I'm just saying that people be careful. I'm watching everybody like, I'm buying this dip, man. Lambo for me. I get it. But don't be so sure that the dip is done. You haven't bought the dip if tomorrow it's 10, 15, 30% lower than you bought. So, for reals, I'm waiting for a confirmation on the daily to get moving above this 314 again, or at least this fib level of 618. And 618 is a proper bounce. That is a good place to bounce. That's definitely a firm, good, you know, all holy and good retrace. I mean, if Bitcoin came down to 27,000 and made a good bounce off that 618, well, that would be, oh, I know I hate when I hear this. I mean, I like all do, but that would be healthy. I mean, manipulation, oh yes, most certainly, but at the same time, it's a logical place to bounce. So, with TA, we want to use logic, and I think that looking at how I've drawn this fib, this is from back 13th of March. We had a little bit of a dump, and we began this uptrend. Of course, now it is a downtrend, but this fib retracement, I think, is pretty darn accurate. I think these fib lines reflect about what price action has been doing. And like I say, negative MACD on the daily, not so good. Below the 200 moving average on the daily, not so good. Now breaking below that 314 where we thought it was going to bounce, did not happen. And of course, we're below the 5 fib line. That's, well, like I say, that's good or bad, but the next logical spot right now would be a 618 bounce, and that's at 27,000. So don't get overly optimistic, my friends, and back that dump truck up and buy all the Bitcoin you can right now. So check this out. This is I mean, of course, do so if you want, not financial advice. I'm just saying. Let's look at this range that we've been bound in recently. This is a 4-hour chart, and you can see we've been bound in this range for quite a while, right around between 30K and let's say 40K. We've kind of been bound right in there. This is manipulation while whales buy the crap out of Bitcoin. But check it out. Sure, we've wicked below it, we've gone underneath it a little bit, but check this out. We definitely have broken below this area. And that's one of the things that I have been, concerned about is, sure, here's your whale buying area, and they've been accumulating. But seriously, what if they decided to, turn the accumulation area into here for a while, basically, 30K to 25K. I mean, that, no problem. They could do it. And you got to realize these guys, especially the big money, these people who are having a meeting somewhere in Manhattan, in a tall building, and they're working on a 5-year plan. What, you think that this can't be part of the buying plan, and now dump it lower be part of the buying plan? I know I'm a little bit of a crazy person, but I would say I do think big money wants to buy up all the liquidity in the market, and then basically when Bitcoin starts moving again, people are going to find, wait, there's no liquidity. I know, a bit of an out there idea. Just be careful. What happens when on Binance or Coinbase? You go, boom, I'm going to buy one BTC, and you can't. So it's a double-edged sword. Be careful about going all in, buying these dips, because we don't know where the bottom is. But what I could say is, when I see a confirmed uptrend, when we get back above on the 4 hour, this 200 moving average, and we see a bounce off, a good movement. We see powerful indicators on that time frame, and the daily gets above the 314 again, finds support, moves up like the .5 fib line here at right around 35,000. Especially when we get above the 200 moving average, bounce off of it and start moving up again. That's going to be 43,000 at this point. But really, I'm waiting for a positive MACD swing on the daily, a move off the 618 of the .5 fib line, some support there, at least above the 314. And of course, unless Bitcoin really, really rallies hard, there's always that possibility it could go right through both of these in a day. It certainly could, but most likely we will probably bounce between these fib levels here, the 314, the 200 moving average, and then start moving up. So really, guys, hey, I love buying the dip too. And if you're putting some small buys in, like your dollar cost averaging, while we have this, weekly or daily, whatever, while we have this, this dump in the market, go forth. Just watch your risk management, because, like I say, I don't care what anybody says. This is possible. We ranged, 30 to 40K. We might range 25 to 30K for another month. And for the big money that is manipulating, that is making this happen, just realize that ain't shit to them. All right? They don't care. So be careful. All we really know is that there's no top and there's no bottom, and we know which direction it's going in. And right now, we're free falling so hard. Anybody who says that we're, this is the bottom, or it's a fire sale, be careful, okay? Because this is a bottom and a fire sale today, and this is tomorrow for 6 months maybe. Be careful. And I won't belabor this point anymore, because I know it gets boring. But really, I'm just watching people who are frightening me. I'm concerned for them, that are like buying the dip, being like, yeah, and well then, it doesn't work out for them. 45 minutes, as you can see on the 45-minute chart, we're below the 200 moving average. We're below the 314 moving average. The 200 moving average is crossed below the 314 moving average. Never so good. Directional index is pure crap. ADX is moving up, but it's moving up into the dump. Like I say, when you see the price action like this and the ADX like this, basically working towards aiming at each other, the ADX right there, as you can see, that means you are in serious wrecked territory. ADX just sees velocity, and it will show you a positive velocity when something's dumping and when it's pumping. Gotta watch out for that. Squeeze indicator is firing off the little white golf balls there. And when it fires off these little white balls, that means you have a lot of velocity. ADX is showing pure dump territory. We're seeing a bounce, but don't be so sure. If you're a swing trader and you want to work that, well, the KRI is turning up. Stochastic RSI does right now, I think recently, just now have a positive cross. Lazy Bear indicator, no, it's not showing a positive cross yet either. But I mean, if you're hardcore and you're not willing to, and you're willing to, just wow. I mean, if you could buy Bitcoin with a limit order of 30K right now, that'd be pretty darn sweet. I mean, and if you're a swing trader and you have that confidence that we're gonna pull back into this range, that's a sweet ass trade. If you, like I say, if you're a hardcore swing trader, because if you were to buy right now, it got back into this range and visit at the top again, that's 30%. So, I probably sound like a double-edged sword, and I'm contradicting myself. I'm just, I won't belabor it. It's just be careful. Trade at your level in these volatile times. Dogecoin versus USDT. This thing's taken a serious hammering, and it does look like quite possibly we're seeing a double bottom now on this, short 45-minute time frame. Indicators are pure crap. Nothing really good to see here at all. Lazy Bear indicator, I do believe, is showing. No, it's showing negative, not a buy. KRI is tilting up. Stochastic RSI, no, not really. It's in the sold territory, but it's just it. I wouldn't say it's trending up yet. DAI and ADX are crap. Squeeze indicator showing downwards velocity, but maybe we're seeing a balance this morning. Just be careful, guys. Ain't no top and there ain't no bottom. And like I say, before people go all in, just really be careful. Some of the things that I hear in some of the trading groups I'm in where people are like, "Yay, man, fire sale." I'm like, don't be so sure, because 30 to 40 was the range for a while. 25 to 30 could be the range for the next 6 months. Be careful. I myself, even though it's drastically painful, hedged out a while ago. Some of my Bitcoin stash, and I'm very, 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 very careful with my alt trades and USDT trades right now. Because let's face it, if Bitcoin pumps enough, it's going to wreck you. If it dumps enough, it's going to wreck you. So be careful. Yesterday's range, now it could be in today's range. Be careful, be careful, be careful. Sorry to belabor it so much. I know you get tired of hearing it. I get tired of saying it. I won't say it anymore. But even when Bitcoin is dumping, remember, every Bitcoin Satoshi you own makes a piece of shit banker cry. And that's good, even if you're getting wrecked.